Are you a godly man or a worldly man? Now, most Christian men refer to themselves as godly men, but are they truly godly? By what standards do you identify a godly man from a biblical perspective? It's important to answer this carefully because amidst the current climate of our culture, the definition of manhood is no longer constant. The world around us has set standards through which a man is defined. This worldly definition relies on mainly three avenues by which to distinguish a man. First, the world defines a man by physical prowess, how athletic a man is. This may come in terms like height, muscle mass, and physical strength. A male who's physically tall, muscular, and strong is seen as more manly by our worldly standards. Secondly, a male is considered a man depending on the material resources he has accumulated. Financial stability is another common metric of how we've been taught to define manhood. Third, and the most common metric used especially by women, lies in the man's ability to perform in bed. How a man performs sexually or how he is with women becomes another way we've been taught to judge manhood. And men grow from a young age knowing these are what defines a man, and spend most of their time chasing after these. Miserable. Now, do not misunderstand me. I'm not saying physical strength or financial stability or sex is bad, but once you step back for a moment and ask yourself some hard questions, you'll realize that this not only limits our understanding of what a man is, but it also doesn't come close to biblical truth. Things like financial freedom and physical strength are important, but that's only as superficial as it gets. Think about it. Even women can be financially free and physically strong. Does that mean they are men now? Any human mind will disagree. So then, what truly defines who a man is? Especially for Christian males, what attribute promotes us into godly men? Now, this is important because more than ever before, the world doesn't just need men who are wealthy, physically strong, and good in bed. The world needs men with trained minds, men with godly character, men with legacy in mind, and men who will every day commit themselves with all their strength to the glory of God and the welfare of the human race. Men who will lift the world from utter darkness into the glorious light of God. The world needs you as a godly man to stand firm. So in this video, I'll focus on one I believe is the greatest godly attribute of a man, the character of sacrificial, other-centered love. You see, one of the things about being a true godly man when we look at the model of Jesus is being self-given. Look at what Jesus did. He gave himself until there was nothing left. That is what a godly man strives to become. It is your responsibility to put yourself sacrificially on the line for those you love. The greatest cause of weakness among young men today is self-absorption. They only think about themselves. They put their comfort and convenience before others. Miserable. A godly man is he who seeks the welfare of others. He provides value to those around him. He sacrifices emotionally, physically, and financially for the betterment of his family and others. You need to grow in character, and the primary characteristic should be self-giving love. Where you say it is not about me, it doesn't matter how much I hurt. It doesn't matter how much I suffer. It doesn't matter if my needs aren't met, my wants aren't met. It's not about me. It's about dying for a woman and my children and continuously giving and serving. Stop being self-absorbed. Godly masculinity is not some external facade. It's a sacrificial service that is not defined by passivity, but by inner strength and by being a man of character. Let me give you an example. There was a guy who went to a village in the mountains. He was afraid of everything, the spiders, snakes, and even his own shadow. From a worldly standard, you may call him a coward. And how can you admire a guy like this? You see, he wasn't strong and was scared, but he was there because he loved the people and he wanted them to know Jesus Christ. He didn't care how much discomfort he would have to go through, but he cared about the spiritual salvation of those mountain people. It's sacrificial love that makes a man strong. It's sacrificial love that makes a man fight like a wild beast. Now, if that's not the definition of a godly man, I don't know what is. I want you to sincerely ask yourself, do you put others first or you're the center of yourself? Jesus commanded us to love our neighbor as we love ourselves. Note that loving your neighbor comes first before loving yourself. It's because Christ wanted to teach us the art of sacrificial, other-centered love. A godly man is defined by how he loves so much that he can just lay down his life for his loved ones and the causes he cares about. By the way, don't forget to show some love by subscribing to Men with Chest and liking this video. Until next time, God bless.